Dear student, today we are going to solve the question from the chapter number 10. It is states of matter, and in this state we are going to study gaseous and liquid state. Today the first question from this chapter is what are intermolecular forces and explain the role of these forces in different states of matter. So student, actually what are intermolecular forces? So the intermolecular forces are the forces of attraction and repulsion between the neighboring molecules situated at a distance much closer in comparison with their molecular diameter. So it is the intermolecular forces. Means intermolecular forces are the attractive forces as well as the repulsive forces, and these forces are present between the neighboring molecule. Whenever the distance between the molecules increases, the attractive force decreases. The intermolecular forces are very strong in solid and less strong in liquid and very weak in gaseous, because in gaseous state there are more distance between the molecule. That's why there is a very weak for intermolecular forces. Thus the three physical state of matter can be determined as per the strength of the intermolecular forces. So these are the three states in which intermolecular forces we will describe. Means in solid there are strong intermolecular forces, in liquid there are less intermolecular forces, and in gaseous state there are very weak intermolecular forces. There are many forces, or you can say there are many physical properties of matter such as melting point, boiling point, vapor pressure, viscosity, evaporation, etc., which we can study it in the strength of attractive intermolecular forces between the molecule. In between the melting point, intermolecular forces are partially overcome, whereas they are overcome completely during the vaporization process. So what does it mean? It means that whenever the substance undergo melting process, there are intermolecular forces are partially overcome, and whenever there is a vaporization process, so intermolecular forces are completely overcome on the vaporization process. These are the intermolecular forces. Now the next question is name the different type of intermolecular forces. So student, there are many intermolecular forces. For example, dipole-dipole interaction, ion-dipole interaction, dipole-induced dipole interaction, hydrogen bonding, and London forces. These five are the type of intermolecular forces. The next is write a short note on dipole moment. As a student, you have very well known that dipole moments occur only in the polar molecule. Means whenever there is a electronegativity difference between the atom, so they form polar molecule. For example, here we are taking HCl. Hydrogen is less electronegative and chlorine is more electronegative. So electron is attracted by the chlorine, and chlorine carry negative charge and hydrogen carry positive charge. That's why HCl is the polar molecule. And every polar molecule has its permanent dipole moment. That's why dipole moment is the product of magnitude of the charge q and the distance between the center of the positive and negative charge r. It is shown by the symbol mu, and the unit of this is dBi. Dipole moment is the vector quantity, and it is shown by very small arrow with the tail in the positive center and head pointing toward the negative center. See here, dipole moment is a vector quantity and tail show positive center and head show negative center. Similarly, chlorine carry negative charge, so it is shown by head. Hydrogen carry positive charge, so it is shown by tail. And HCl is the polar molecule. This instruction showed that electron density shift toward the chlorine atom, and this polar molecule have permanent dipole moment. So it is about the dipole moment of the molecule or elements. The next question is about the intermolecular force of dipole-dipole interaction. Intermolecular force of dipole-dipole interaction. Student, always remember dipole-dipole interaction result in the force attraction between neighboring molecule having permanent dipole moment. Means neighboring molecule containing permanent dipole moment having dipole-dipole interaction. And dipole-dipole interaction is nothing but an electrostatic force of attraction. We are taking here the example, same example, alkyl halide, or we are taking here easily HCl. HCl is the polar molecule. You can take it ICl also. ICl also a polar molecule. HCl also a polar molecule in which halogen atom carry negative charge and remaining atom carry positive charge. In ICl both are the halogen. Iodine is less electronegative than chlorine. That's why iodine carry partial positive charge and chlorine carry negative charge. Always remember student, ICl both are from halogen group and both are the more electronegative, but iodine is less electronegative than chlorine. That's why iodine carry positive charge and chlorine carry negative charge. So whenever the polar molecule is encountered with another polar molecule, the positive end of the molecule is attracted to the negative end of the another polar molecule. So this interaction is known as dipole-dipole interaction. And you can say that dipole-dipole interaction result in the force of attraction between the neighboring molecule having permanent dipole moment. Both the definitions are correct. This force is very weak and having the energy of the order of 3 to 4 kilojoule per mole, and this force is occur only when the molecule are in close contact, means solid and liquid state. Means in gaseous state, this force of attraction cannot be seen in the gaseous state. The molecular orientation due to dipole-dipole interaction in ICl liquid is shown in the diagram. More polar the substance, greater is the strength of dipole-dipole interaction. Means one atom carry positive charge, another atom carry negative charge. It means that a molecule should be polar. If molecule is polar, so there should be a permanent dipole moment in the molecule, and this molecule dipole-dipole interaction, we can say that in this molecule there is an electrostatic force of attraction, and this attraction is known as dipole-dipole interaction. Now the next is explain ion dipole interaction. So any ion, as you have know about the ion, any ion means cation or anion. Cation means positive charge or anion means negative charge. So any ion which can be react is either cation react or either anion react with the oppositely charged side of the polar molecule. Means either you can take cation, either you can take anion, and this cation or anion, either cation, you can attach with the polar molecule. So if you attach or you attract the cation with the polar molecule of the opposite charge, means with the polar molecule of negative charge, or you can take anion and attract with the polar molecule of positive side. So in this type of attraction, ion dipole attraction is occur. Means anion or cation can interact with oppositely charged side of the polar molecule to develop force of attraction between the ion and the polar molecule. Always remember student, the strength of interaction always depend upon magnitude of dipole moment of polar molecule, size of the molecule, and charge and size of the ion. As a result, as a rule, cation are smaller in size than anion. Hence, the charge on the cation is more concentrated. This makes the interaction between the cation and negative end of the polar molecule stronger than the corresponding interaction between anion and positive end of the polar molecule. So, always remember student, whenever there is a force of attraction between the any ion, means cation or anion, and the partially charged on a polar molecule. You can see in the example here, NaCl means sodium atom react with water. Water is the polar molecule, sodium is the cation. And from the water, oxygen carry negative charge and hydrogen carry positive charge. So sodium is positive charge, that's why sodium react with the negative charge of the polar molecule, means negative charge of the water. See here in this diagram, sodium react with oxygen, sodium react with oxygen, sodium react with oxygen. This cation is react with the polar molecule of or opposite charge of the polar molecule. Cation is positive charge, polar molecule opposite charge means oxygen carry negative charge. So sodium is react with oxygen. So it is known as ion dipole interaction. It is nothing but a ion dipole interaction. Now the next is a dipole induced dipole interaction. This is very similar. Whenever any of the polar molecule or whenever the interaction take place between a polar molecule having permanent dipole moment and non-polar molecule with a zero dipole moment. So when polar and non-polar molecule approach each other, the polar molecule induce dipole in the non-polar molecule. I hope you understand. There is an interaction take place between polar molecule, and you know that if it is a polar molecule, so having permanent dipole moment, and non-polar molecule, if it is a non-polar molecule, means containing zero dipole moment. So whenever polar molecule attracted with the non-polar molecule, so polar molecule induce dipole in the non-polar molecule. The electronic charge cloud is distorted and temporary separation of the charges take place, and the force of attraction is developed between charges separated polar charge induced non-polar molecule. Always remember, students, see here C6H6, it is the non-polar molecule and ammonia is the polar molecule. Whenever ammonia having permanent dipole moment and C6H6 benzene having zero dipole moment. Whenever ammonia approaches to the benzene, so ammonia induce temporary dipole with the benzene, and benzene also containing the dipole moment. Whenever ammonia is removed from here, so benzene again with zero dipole moment. So it is the dipole induced dipole interaction, means polar molecule which is having permanent dipole moment approaches to non-polar molecule which is having zero dipole moment, and it induces the dipole in the non-polar molecule. But whenever you remove the polar molecule, again the situation is the same. So it is dipole induced dipole interaction. I hope you understand today's question. We will study more question in the next lecture. Thank you so much.